A very close match on Saturday. A lot to talk about, so let's get right into it. Welcome to Talking Bayern, the one-stop shop for Bayern Munich content on YouTube. Today we're doing a match preview of the game between Bayern Munich and Freiburg. It was really a massive result for Bayern to get all 3 points today. Obviously, it was a very, very close match. We had a very big scare at the end. I thought, honestly, Freiburg was going to make it 2-2, but we came away with all 3 points. There are definitely some good talking points and definitely some negative things I have to say, some criticisms with the team. Ultimately, I am satisfied with all 3 points, but definitely I think we need to look back at this game, watch the footage and see some areas where we can improve. So for Bayern's lineup for today's game, we went with a really strong lineup. We had Neuer as our goalkeeper. At the back, we had Davies, Lucas, Upamecano, and Sewell. In the midfield, we had Kimmich and Goretzka as our defensive midfielders. But higher, we had Coman, Muller, and Sané, and up top, Robert Lewandowski. As for our opponent, Freiburg, they had Flecken in net. They ran a 5-back with Günther, Schlotterbeck, Lienhardt, Guld, and Kubler. In the midfield, they went with Hoffler and Eggstein, and up top, they went Grifo, Haller, and Jung. So some stats for today's game. We were really dominant. Honestly, we had 29 shots, 11 on target, so we weren't that accurate in today's game, but we did have 64% possession and 86% pass accuracy. As for Freiburg, they had 13 shots, 3 on target with a 36% possession and only a 70% pass accuracy. So definitely sloppy from Freiburg. They also had 13 fouls, but no yellow cards, surprisingly. So just some observations I had throughout the game. Davies had some great offensive chances in the first minutes. I thought he was going to get a goal. Obviously, I predicted him to get a goal in this one. Obviously, he didn't, but defense slept up a bit in the 12th minute, and we gave away a great opportunity to Freiburg. Thankfully, they missed the net there. Not really sure what happened there. It looked like Sewell headed it up. It was a bit of a floater, and then Kimmich headed it back. And then it seemed like Upamecano was out of position, so they really had a pretty open chance to score. Gladly, they missed the net, so it all worked out. And then later on, Kimmich went for a bike in the 28th minute. I thought that was hilarious. Obviously, he didn't score. He didn't get the connection he wanted, but I don't think I've ever seen him do that before, so I thought that was interesting to see. And then later on, Goretzka scored his second of the season. It's a great assist by Muller, who had initially had the first pass blocked, but obviously the second one worked and went through. So Muller up to 8 assists on the season now. What a performance he's having this season. The always reliable Thomas Muller. And then Lewandowski was super close to stealing the ball from Flecken. Flecken kind of ran beside him and Lewandowski almost grabbed it away from him and almost put it in the empty net. Obviously didn't grab it, but if he did get a hold of that ball, there's a good chance we would have scored that. So great effort and hustle by Lewandowski there. And then just halftime analysis. I thought Upamecano looked really, really good in the first half. Apart from that one slip up, whether it was his fault or not, it kind of was his position of the field he should have been in. But I think Freiburg's pressing and physicality was causing a lot of problems for Bayern. They're obviously a very physical team. We all know how physical Freiburg goes, but they're really pressing, got us, caught us a little bit off guard. Maybe not off guard, but they're definitely doing a good job of handling Bayern. Obviously, it's a very close game, and it's something we're going to want to get used to if we want to win the Champions League this year. We're going to have to deal with these physical teams, and these pressing teams are giving us problems, honestly. Sané's long ranger almost got the best of Flecken. He did get a save on that, but it kind of shifted off him and to the side. I wouldn't be surprised if that one kind of hit off him and in. Just didn't really seem like he got a clean one on that one. Unfortunately, did go out. And then Goretzka was so close. He hit the post and out, almost scoring his second goal of the game. So, he was doing a lot offensively. I love the 65th minute sub to see Gnabry come to the game. I thought there was plenty of time, enough for him to make an impact. He didn't score, of course, but obviously I think he was creating a lot of problems on that right side of the field. Plenty of chances. He had plenty of shots and definitely was making problems Didn't get a goal or assist, but still, I thought he was contributing very well. Then, as I said earlier, Goretzka had a bunch of chances. I was certain he was going to score a second goal in this game. Fortunately, he did not, but great performance from Goretzka. And then we saw, the classic sweeper keeper from Neuer hanging out in the midfield there, just behind the halfway line. And it's just always fun to see him. Obviously, that's what he's known for, so great to see he still got it. And thankfully, Lewandowski scored that second goal to seal the game. Obviously, it was still close, but beautiful play from Davies to Sané, and then just a perfectly off to Lewandowski, who's going to finish that one almost every single time. And then late in the minutes, it was kind of scary. Freiburg was coming on the offense. There was a big save by Neuer on Grifo in the last few minutes. Great reflexes. Crazy to see he still has that kind of reflexes and wingspan late in his career. But, he's just such a good goalkeeper. I know I've criticized him a bit recently, but still, he's still one of the best goalkeepers in the world. And then Tolisso with a banger of a chip or a lob. Unfortunately, it was offside due to Choupo-Moting, who passed it to him. But, wow, that would have been quite a goal from Tolisso. I know he can score from far out, but that was a beautiful goal. Of course, it didn't count, and the game was still 2-0. And of course, Freiburg did draw one back to make it 2-1, so it was, it's still in extra time, but they had probably 2 or 3 minutes left just because of the VAR that they had to look at for the offside. So there was definitely time for them to score, and then I was really scared in the dying seconds. They had that open cross when they're coming up the right side. They had that open man on the left side. I think that was Grifo. If they had have crossed it there, that easily could have been a goal. Obviously, we were putting a lot of pressure on them, but If we didn't clean up in the last dying seconds, they easily could have scored that tap in there if it did go across the crease. So thankfully we came in with all 3 points here. It easily couldn't have been, but still I think it was a really good performance. I think we really need to rethink how we're going to tackle these physical teams and these teams that are really high pressing. They definitely gave us a challenge. It definitely could have went Freiburg's way today. I still think we were the better team, but definitely a close match and a little bit of a scare. My man of the match today will be Leon Goretzka. I thought he was really strong in build-up. He had some great passing and plenty of scoring chances. Not really necessarily goals that he should have scored, so I'm not going to criticize him for that, but he definitely took his chances and could have got a couple, so definitely a really good game for him. He also cleaned up very well defensively and was a reason we put that game and got all 3 points. As for going forward now, we are top of the table still, another 3 important points, and I think Dortmund is just a point behind us heading into their match today. I didn't watch the result, so it'll be interesting to see what we're doing. We're going into the international break now, so we'll have to do some different content on this channel. I'll be sure to make things as interesting as possible for the next couple of weeks until we get games back, but make sure to tune into this channel. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like and a comment, and if you want to see more Bayern Munich content like this in the future, please subscribe to this channel. Hope to see you on the next one. Until then, mia sa mia.